Good afternoon, baseball fans. We are back from the Polo Grounds, and we are ready to play today. Game 2 of the 1921 New York Yankees payoff pitch replay. Once again, taking on the visiting Philadelphia Athletics. And in today's matchup, we will have Hoyt, a young Hoyt, taking the mound for the Yankees against Eddie Rommel. Should be a very good pitching matchup. Rommel, solid pitcher overall. One thing that's going to hurt him at the Polo Grounds, though, is he's got a ballpark on number 5 on his card. And when you get ballpark in the Polo Grounds, especially against lefties, you're looking at wheelhouse. Lineups for today's game, pretty much the same as opening day for the Athletics. Jimmy Dykes at second, Whitey Witt in right, Tilly Walker in left, Frank Brazil at first, Joe Duggan at third, Cy Perkins behind the dish, Frank Welch in center field, Chick Galloway at short, and Eddie Rommel, of course, on the hill. For the homestanding Yankees, no changes. Chick Fuster again plays second, leads off. Roger Peckinpah at shortstop is second, Babe Ruth in left, Wally Pipp at first, Bob Musial in right, Ping Bodie in center. He was a hero in yesterday's game. Aaron Ward at third, Wally Shang behind the plate, and again, Hoyt on the mound. And Matt, welcome. Ready for first pitch. I really love this set. Usually I don't have time to play more than do one video a day, but I'm making time today because this set's so much fun. Love the offense from 1921. Of course, a big fan of baseball from that time period, so why not? Let's play two. Ready to go, and Hoyt on the mound gets the signal, and he's going to go patient. Both pitchers right-handers, patient to start the game to Dykes. And Dykes is going to drive that into the gap, and again, that massive outfield in the Polo Grounds, very conducive to extra base hits as Dykes leads it off with a double. So the Athletics had no problem getting hits against Carl Mays in the opening game. They just couldn't plate anything until the 9th inning. Again, another patient result going to Whitey Witt, and Witt just misses a ground ball down to second base. That's going to move the runner to third. So 4-3 on the putout, and that goes Aaron Ward to Wally Pipp. One down, runner in scoring position 90 feet away. And Mouse in your house, welcome again back to the ballpark. 1930 is a ton of offense for sure. I hope Joe eventually does a set on that. I don't know how he'll do some of the offensive cards, but 1921, I'm looking forward. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I know I just started, but yeah, looking very much forward to riding this replay out. Plus, a lot of good Hall of Fame players too. This was really a sweet spot. A lot of the dead ball stars are getting towards the end of their careers, but still very capable, like Ty Cobb, Tris Speaker, Walter Johnson still around, and a influx of new power hitters, Rogers Hornsby, who of course started in the teens, but in the prime of his career, along with Ruth. Others, Harry Heilman with Detroit, George Sisler with the Browns, as well as Ken Williams. So a lot of good ball players in this class. So we're going to have an in-play result to Tilly Walker, and Walker against the right-hander. He's going to pop that up into shallow left field, and ranging back to pull that in is Peckinpah. So a huge out for Hoyt, and that makes 2 down. Runner still at third. And we are ready to go. In-play result, Hoyt to Frank Brazil, and Brazil is going to drive that back up the middle and bring home the game's first run as Jimmy Dykes comes in to score, and the Athletics break out to a 1-0 lead. In real life, in this game played on April 14th, 1921, the Athletics rallied in the 9th to capture a 4-3 win. So Joe Duggan steps in. And another in-play result for Hoyt, and that's going to be another single, and Brazil with a run rating of 7 is automatically going to get third base. So runners at the corners, 2 down, and the hits are coming early in this one. Hoyt gets a sign from Wally Shang, looks to deliver, and tough result. 46 to Cy Perkins, and Perkins just misses fighting that off. It's going to be a ground ball back to Hoyt. A short flip over to first base, and he's out of the inning, but not before the Athletics break on top. 3 hits and a run. They leave 2 as we head to the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 A's, and Yankees coming to bat. And Eddie Rommel looks in, gets a sign, delivers to Chick Fuster, and that's going to be a tough result. And Fuster starts off the game with a strikeout, and he is abysmal in the tough column. He's going to get a lot of strikeouts there. Rommel's got a tough rating on 8, so he's going to make some good plays as well. 7, this one's going to be in play to Peckinpah, and that's a line drive to shortstop, and going to spear that is Galloway. 2 outs as Peckinpah tattooed that, but right at the Athletic shortstop. Babe Ruth the batter, one swing of the bat can tie this. Tough. 64, and not going to happen here as foul tip hung on to, and Babe Ruth goes down on strikes. So 3 up, 3 down go the Yanks. Heading to the top of the second, our score, Athletics 1, Yankees 0. Frank Welch, the Athletic center fielder, steps in, and Hoyt's going to get a tough result. Swing and a miss. Hoyt with a fastball and overmatches Welch, who heads back to the dugout. That brings up shortstop Chick Galloway, who snared that hard hit ball by Peckinpah in the bottom of the first. And he's going to get a patient result, 63, and that's going to be a fly ball into right field, and Musial camps under that, 2-hands it, and we have 2 down in the top of the second for the Athletics pitcher, Eddie Rommel. Hoyt delivers to his counterpart, and Rommel drives that into center field, and going back a few steps, Ping Bodie, and makes an over-the-shoulder catch. Athletics retired, 3 up, 3 down, as we head to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 your score, Philadelphia in the lead, and Wally Pipp due up for the Yanks. Pipp steps in. Here comes the pitch from Rommel. And Pitt puts that into play, and that's going to be a pop fly, though, drifting back into foul territory, and camping under that is Cy Perkins, so an F2. And again, ample foul ground behind the plate here at the Polo Grounds as Bob Musial takes a few practice swings, steps in play result, and Musial. It's going to be a ground ball down to second base. Jimmy Dykes fields out on the third hop. Short throw to first base. Brazil smothers it, and 2 outs for Ping Bodie. Bodie had a 3-run triple that blew the game open yesterday. And he's going to get a patient result, and 69. Bodie, fly ball into center field, and going into the gap to snag that on the run. Nice catch out there as Frank Welch ends the inning for the Yankees, who are 6 up, 6 down to start this game. As we head to the third, Philadelphia Athletics holding a 1-0 lead. Top of the order, Jimmy Dykes steps in against Hoyt. And tough result, and Dykes takes a big cut at that, drives that into left field, and it's hit on a line right at Babe Ruth, and Ruth hardly has to move to pull that in. So Dykes is retired to start the third. Left-handed hitting Whitey Witt steps in. And another in-play result. 71 is going to be a ground ball down to short. Snagged nicely by Peckinpah. Whips it across the diamond to Pipp. And 2 up, 2 down to start the third. And brings up Tilly Walker, the Athletics left fielder. Popped out to short his first time up. And that is going to be a patient result. And 78, that's going to be a hard single back up the middle. Hoyt almost took his head off as Walker rounds the bag. Takes a few steps towards second, heads back, and the cleanup hitter Frank Brazil, who singled and drove in the game's only run back in the first. And it's going to be tough. Brazil freezes on the curveball, called strike 3, bat on his shoulder, and inning is over, so the A's get a hit. Leave 1. We're heading to the bottom of the third inning, Philly with a 1-0 lead. And Rommel's been perfect so far through 6 batters as Aaron Ward steps in to lead off the inning. And Aaron Ward, the high fastball late, and strike 3. Second strikeout for Rommel as Ward pounds the plate in disgust, head back to the dugout. Catcher Wally Shang up. Rommel gets a sign, kicks, delivers, and Shang drives that into left field, and first base hit of the ball game for the Yankees. And that's going to bring up the pitcher, Wade Hoyt. And with 1 out, Hoyt, he is He's a good bunter. He's going to lay down a bunt, so we are going to, he's an A-rated bunter. Hoyt squares, lays it down. That's going to go to the catcher, and A is going to be a successful sacrifice hit. So 2-3 on the putout, and moving to second base is Shang, and that brings up the top of the order. So runner in scoring position for Chick Fuster, and Fuster struck out to start the first inning for the Yanks. Rommel gets a sign. Here comes a pitch, and patient result to Fuster, and Fuster, oh, that plunks him just in below the head. That caromed off his shoulder, hit him in the neck. He seems to be okay. So Fuster heads down to first base, and the Yankees, runners on first and second, 2 outs for Peckinpah. Rommel wants to end it here, does not want to face Babe Ruth with the bases loaded. Here comes a pitch, and it's going to be a ballpark result, and that is going to be wheelhouse. Peckinpah against the right-handed pitcher, gives it a big cut, 27, and that's driven into the gap, and that's going to be a double. And Fuster is a 7, so he's going to come around and get the extra base. 2-run score on the double by Peckinpah, and Yankees take a 2-1 lead, a huge hit by the Yankee shortstop. So he gets credit for 2 RBIs, and that brings up Bambino, and it can only get worse for Rommel from here. Looking to carefully pitch around Ruth, and he gives him 4 wide ones. None of those even came close. So the Bambino is going to take the base on balls, his 3rd of the season already, as he trots down to first base. Runners on first and second now for Wally Pipp. And Rommel, here comes a pitch, and Pipp grounds that down to second base, and ranging into the hole behind the bag to snag that is Dykes, throws across his body, and Pipp is just nipped at first base. So side is retired. But the Yankees get 2 runs on 2 hits, have a hit batsman and a walk as well. They leave 2. And we're through 3. Yankees 2, Athletics 1. Top of the 4th, it's going to be Joe Duggan, Cy Perkins, and Frank Welch for the Philadelphia Athletics. Game number 2 of our 1921 Yankees payoff pitch replay. Brought to you by W.B. Mason as Hoyt puts the ball in play, 47 Duggan. That's going to be a ground ball right back to Hoyt. And he takes an easy throw to Pipp. 1 down to start the 4th for the visitors. Cy Perkins, the batter, the Athletics catcher. He also grounded out to Hoyt back in the 1st inning. And it's going to be a tough result. Hoyt, 64, and 64 will be a fly ball into right field. And coming in to take that on the run, catches it waist high is Bob Musil, and 2 outs to start the inning. And Frank Welch, the Athletics center fielder, steps in. And Hoyt comes tough to Welch, and 60, and he's going to fight that off for a 2-out single. So he cues that off the end of the bat, and that drops just over the 3rd baseman's head as Chick Galloway now will look to get the Athletics on the board with an extra base hit, which will tie the game. Here comes a pitch, swing, and that's a ground ball down to shortstop. Peckinpah, a nifty pick, and whips it across to Pipp. Side is retired. Peckinpah and Pipp. It's a tongue twister saying that. So the Athletics get a hit. They leave 1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Yankees in the lead, 2-1, and Bob Musil set to lead it off against Eddie Rommel. And Musil, that's going to be a patient result. And Musil, he's plunked as well. So both pitchers errant, or actually Rommel errant. That's his 2nd hit batter. As Musil trots down to first base and he's going to try and get a lead and see if he can steal, and he cannot. So he'll stay put. And that brings up King Bodie. As mentioned, the hero in yesterday's game. This is going to be a tough result, though. And Bodie, half swing, and umpire says he went around, strike 3. So no heroics in this at bat, as that brings up Aaron Ward with 1 out, runner on first. And another ballpark result, and right-hander 43. That's going to be wheelhouse for Ward. Not a huge power hitter, but 53 or less. He's going to get a hit. And Ward, big swing, and that's going to be a harmless ground ball down to second base. and potentially a double play, and that will be a 4-6-3 twin killing. So the leadoff hit batter does not come back to haunt Rommel. We're through 4 innings. Yankees holding a 2-1 lead as Hoyt set to pitch to his counterpart to start the 5th. Here we go. And an in-play result as Rommel gets some wood on that and grounds that down to shortstop. Peckinpah ranges in the hole between short and third, sets his feet, throws, and 1 down. Top of the order, Jimmy Dykes up. Dykes is 1 for 2 today. He's doubled, scored a run, also flown out to Ruth in left field. And he's going to get another in-play result. And Dykes, it's going to be a pop fly into foul territory. And ranging over near the stands is Ward. He's going to pull that in, 2 down. Ball gets whipped around the infield as Whitey Witt prepares to hit. Witt today is 0 for 2. And another in-play result, and Witt's going to get a hold of this and drive this down the right field line, and that's into the corner. Witt coming around first base. Here comes the throw from Musil to slide, and he is safe. 2-out double, so the Athletics are in business with 2 outs here in the 5th inning, looking to tie the score. Tilly Walker, the batter. And Tilly Walker's going to get a tough result. 82 will be a ground ball down to shortstop. Easy play for Peckinpah. Throws it to Pip, and side is retired. So the Athletics get a hit, leave 1. We are through 4.5. It is 2-1, Yankees in the lead. And leading it off for the Yankees in the 5th will be the catcher, Wally Shang. Shang singled and scored back in the 3rd inning. And here comes a pitch from Rommel, an in-play result, and Shang, a high fly ball into left field, and plenty of space out there for Tilly Walker, who pulls it in. 1 down to start the frame as the Yankees twirler, Hoyt, steps in. Hoyt, not a terrible hitter. He hit .222 in 1921. Not terrible for a pitcher, I should say. That tough result, though, is not going to go his way as Rommel blows him away with a fastball. Strike 3. Ring him up. Hoyt back to the dugout. Top of the order, Chick Fuster up again. And Fuster today is 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch, struck out, and scored. And here comes a tough result. And Fuster, swing and a miss, 2nd strikeout of the game. And he has no luck against right-handers in that tough column. So we're through 5. And it is a close one. Nip and tuck, 2 good pitchers going at it. 2-1 Yankees lead as Frank Brazil up next. I've seen some of those, Matt. So just something to throw like here above the ballpark card, maybe. I should look into that. I know they make. God, I forgot what channel I saw it on. It's actually I think it's the one RJ uses. That would actually go pretty good. I think I could fit that in there and use that to tally the runs. I've got it. I know RJ mentioned that. I'll have to go back and look. Someone on Facebook sells those, I believe. So yeah, good idea. Brazil set to lead off the 6th inning for the Athletics, and that's going to be a ballpark result. And Brazil, he's got a wheelhouse, does not have a big stick, though, and 52 is not going to get it done. A ground ball down to first, and Pip takes that himself. So 1 down to start the 6th inning for Joe Duggan. Duggan today, again, the future Yankees' 3rd sacker, is 1 for 2, single back in the 1st. And it's going to be an in-play result. And Duggan grounds that down to Peckinpah. Peckinpah's had a busy day. Another easy ground ball for him, though. Candy hop whips that over to Pip. 2 down for Cy Perkins. Perkins 0 for 2 today. Hoyt gets a sign, kicks, delivers, and an in-play result. That's going to be a ground ball to Peckinpah again. So Roger has to range to his right a little bit this time, but gets to the ball easily. Nice throw to first, and 3 up, 3 down go the A's in the 6th inning. We head to the bottom of the frame. Yankees clinging to a 2-1 lead and looking for insurance against Eddie Rommel as Peckinpah leads it off. And Peckinpah, that's going to be a tough result. Ground ball down to 3rd base. And coming in to scoop that and fire across his body is Joe Duggan. 1 down to start the 6th for the Yanks. And the Bambino now steps in, eyes that short right field porch, and he just wants a chance. Rommel kicks, delivers, and Ruth drives it into right field, and it is high, deep, and it's going to fall just short and caught on the warning track out there by Whitey Witt. So Ruth just got under that, aiming for that very, very tempting porch in right field. But 2 down for Wally Pipp. Ends up being a long, harmless fly ball out, and Pipp takes a cut at that, and it's going to be a ground ball down to short. Fielding that is Galloway, and whips it across the diamond to Brazil. 3 up, 3 down go the Yanks. So both pitchers matching donuts here in the later innings. We're through 6. Score is still New York 2 and Philadelphia 1. Ready to start the 7th inning as Welch steps in, and we get our first defensive check of the ball game. And that is going to be an error check on the third baseman. So for the Yankees, Aaron Ward is a 5. He is actually a pretty decent third baseman. He makes that play easily. So 5-3 on the putout as Hoyt tips the cap to Ward, and that brings up shortstop Chick Galloway. Galloway today 0 for 2, and he's going to foul that off into the stands. Hoyt gets a fresh baseball, which was becoming a more common practice in 1921. Kicks, delivers, and another defensive check. And this one is going to be an error check on the second baseman, and that's Chick Fuster. Fuster, he is not a stellar fielder, and that's going to be an E4. So Galloway makes the most of his second chance, thanks to my errant dice throw, and we have our first error of the ball game. And the Athletics have a base runner for Eddie Rommel. And Rommel, an A bunter, he's going to square up. And that's going to be hit to the first baseman. So Rommel 3-1, and A is going to be a potential error. So down at first baseman for the Yankees, and this could be a game changer. Pipp is a 3. So 53 or less, it's going to be an E1, and Pipp makes the play. He's able to shovel it to the second baseman covering. So good play by Wally. 3-4 on the putout, runner to second base, 2 down for the top of the order as Jimmy Dykes steps in. Dykes his 4th time up. He's 1 for 3. Looking to tie the game up with a base hit here. As the runner on second, Galloway, will automatically score on a single. That's an in-play result, and Dykes drives that into left field. Ruth roams back a few steps, camps, and pulls it in, inning over. So the error does not hurt the Yankees as the Athletics go down in the top of the 7th, heading to the 7th inning stretch here at the Polo Grounds. New York holding a 2-1 lead, and both pitchers looking fresh. It's actually something I could do too, my phone. And my phone, though, because I have my exercise apps and stuff on there, it is so drained by this time of the day. Eddie Rommel up an in-play result to Musial, and Musial fights that off and drives that into left field. A leadoff single here in the 7th. Yeah, I'll definitely throw something up, though, Matt. That is a good idea. And debating if I want to try and steal, and why not? We're going to see if we can get a lead. Need to beat 9, can't do it, so Musial's going to stay put, ping Bodie up. And Bodie, he's going to put it in play. 88's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop, and his double play rating, both of theirs, is a 6, so they're going to have to go the short way for the sure out at first. Going to second is Musial, and runner in scoring position for Aaron Ward. So this could be a big run for the Yankees, and another foul ball into the stands, and the Athletics were able to turn that into a positive. Let's see if the Yanks can. And it's going to be an in play, and that is going to be the case as Aaron Ward gets a hold of that, and a line drive into center field. Runner on second scores, and the Yankees take a 3-1 lead as coming across the plate is Musial. And Aaron Ward claps his hands, and the dugout gives him a tip of the cap. Wally Shang, the batter now. Shang gets a sign and puts it in play, and he's going to have a base hit as well. A grounder right back up the middle. Runner on first advances 2 bases. So runners at the corner, and Connie Mack is looking to his bullpen now. And he is going to have Harvey Freeman start to get up and throw, as the Yankees, with only a single out here, are threatening. Good news for Rommel is the pitcher is up, though yesterday Carl Mays, the Yankees pitcher, went deep for the game's only home run. And Hoyt's going to get a patient result, 51 though. That's going to be out of range. Ground ball down to third, and that is not, they're not going to turn the double play. And coming in to score the 4th run of the game is Aaron Ward. The Athletics were playing for the double play. Instead, it will be a fielder's choice RBI for Hoyt. And erased at second base is Wally Shang. So 2 outs now, back to the top of the order. The Yankees have extended their lead to 4-1. Now, I hear you. That definitely is a good idea. So you don't have to wait till the end of the inning for updates, too. As Rommel looking to get out of this, and Fuster's going to draw the base on balls. Rommel is getting tired. So down to second base goes Hoyt. And after Peckinpah, the A's can put in a new pitcher if they so choose. 4, and that's going to be an in-play result. Peckinpah, and Rommel's going to get out of that as Peckinpah grounds it right back to the pitcher. The short throw to first, and Side is retired, but not before the Yankees extend their lead, getting 2 runs on 3 hits. We're through 7 and heading to the top of the 8th. Yankees with a 4-1 lead, and Whitey Witt. Things are getting desperate for the Athletics late in this one. He'll look to get it going against Hoyt, who has been solid. And in-play result, and Witt drives that into left field, and Ruth coming on. Nice running catch by the Babe. So a hard-struck ball, but Ruth able to get to it to start the 8th inning. Tilly Walker up. And Walker's going to get an in-play result. Fly ball into center field, and drifting in to take that is Ping Bodie. So 2 quick flyouts, and the Athletics 4 outs away from going 0-2 on the season, as Frank Brazil will look to extend the inning. And Brazil gets an in-play result and drives that into right field. That falls in front of Musil, and the Athletics have a little bit of hope with 2 outs as Brazil is on first. It brings up future Yankee Joe Duggan. And Duggan's going to get a patient result. 84, though. That's going to be out of range. Ground ball down to Peckinpah. He goes a short way to second. Side is retired. And the Yankees hold a 4-1 lead going into the bottom of the 8th inning. And Babe Ruth will look to make it 4 runs. Rommel, he is still on the hill. Connie Mack leaving him. And that's going to be an in-play result. A mighty hack from the Babe. And 72 is going to be a ground ball down to shortstop, as Ruth is now 0 for 3 on the day. Does have a walk in there and 1 out. So he's gotten off to a slow start in this replay thus far. In the Groundhog Day game, Ruth did go deep twice, but that does not count. Patient result to Wally Pipp, and 37 Pipp. He's going to drive that into the right center field gap and getting past the outfielders. By the time it's chased down, Pipp is into second, stand-up double. And Connie Mack's going to leave Rommel in. He's going to have to pinch hit for him in the 9th, so he wants him to get through this inning if possible. Bob Musial, he wants to put some more damage up for the Yankees. That's going to be a ground ball down to third, though. So good play there by Dugan, and staying at second base is Pipp. 2 down, runner in scoring position for Ping Bodie. Bodie 0 for 3 today. He had a 3 RBI triple in the opener. And tough result. Bodie drives that into left field, and that's going back. Tilly Walker on the run, hauls it in over his shoulder, takes away a base hit. So the Yankees get a double, but strand Wally Pipp at second base, and we're through 8 innings. New York 4, Philadelphia 1. Last chance for the Athletics. Hoyt. It's going to be Cy Perkins, Frank Welch, Chip Galloway, and if anybody gets on, a pinch hitter for Eddie Rommel. And Hoyt puts it in play, and Cy Perkins starts the inning off with a hard single to left field between short and third. And the Athletics have a faint hope left as Frank Welch steps in. And Connie Mack looking to see who he might put in to pinch hit. And against the right-hander, looks like Frank Walker has got a bat, and he'll pinch hit for the pincher. Frank Welch up, though, and that's going to be a tough result. Welch, swing and a miss. Wait, Hoyt with a big strikeout. One down, and Chick Galloway will be the batter. Hoyt would like to end this with a double play right now. And it's going to be an in-play result, 44. And 44 is a ground ball back to Hoyt. He's not going to be able to get the runner at second, though. Goes the easy way to first. 1-3 on the putout. And we will have a pinch hitter for Eddie Rommel. And as mentioned, it's going to be Frank Walker. So the Athletics down to their last out. Walker steps up to the plate. Hoyt gets the sign. Crowd on their feet. They want to see the Yankees go 2-0 on this young 1921 season. Here comes the pitch, and Walker puts it into play, and that's going to be a pop fly, and short left field going back. Peckinpah dives, makes the catch. Ball game over. So a nice play by Roger Peckinpah to end it, and the New York Yankees have started the 1921 season 2-0 behind another fine complete game effort by Waite Hoyt this time. Carl Mays, of course, was the victory yesterday in the opener. So let's add up our final line score. So the Philadelphia A's get 1 run on 8 hits, no errors. The Yankees, really, Rommel was pretty solid. He only gave up hits in 3 innings. The Yankees got a total of 6, but they make the most of them, grouping those hits together along with a walk and a hit batter in the 7th inning to score 2. So 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for New York. And your winner, Waite Hoyt, he goes to 1-0 on this replay. Eddie Rommel takes the loss for the visitors. And heroes today in this one, got to give the game ball to Waite Hoyt, who went the distance and scattering 8 hits. Strikeouts, he had 3 and did not walk anybody. So that was the big difference in this game. A lot of walks in yesterday's game. Hoyt goes 9 innings, does not walk anybody, and gets a complete game victory. He gets the game ball. So there you have it, a win number 2 for the New York Yankees in this 1921 payoff pitch replay, and we'll be back with Game 3 tomorrow. And also this weekend coming up, Peter Jackson makes his second defense of his Lineal Glory Days Boxing Championship against Gentleman Jim's Corbett. And that should be a very interesting fight. 2 contrasting styles. Corbett very defensive, and Jackson a good all-around boxer. So there you have it. Thank you to everyone who joined. Matt Steelerthan, thank you very much. Mouse in your house. Appreciate you guys stopping in for the ball game. And the Evil Empire does indeed triumph again. Utah Mike, thank you for joining us at the ballpark. And it's going to be a pennant-winning season for the Yankees here in 1921. I can feel it. So, hey, hope everyone has a great night. If you don't mind, hit that like button for me. And we will be back. Stay safe out there and keep rolling those ball games. We'll see you later. Anthony with Bleacher Bum Gaming. Good night.